Well, Dallas is preparing for the Byron Nelson tournament this weekend, and this year, former Dallas Cowboys safety Darren Woodson is the celebrity ambassador. He's at the Momentous Institute this morning, and our own Russ McCaskey is there with him. Hey, Russ.
Hey, Karen, yeah, I have a special guest with us. Three-time Super Bowl champion, five-time pick to the All-Star and, of course, Ring of Honor, Darren Woodson. Man, thanks for being with us today.
No, thanks for having me.
All right, a big week for the Byron Nelson Golf Tournament. Obviously, the Momentous Institute is one of those that's a big beneficiary of the charity work that is done. And you're a part of this, being an ambassador this week. What made you want to be a part of it?
Well, I'm an ambassador for Supreme Lending, and they do a wonderful job as far as the sponsorship for AT&T Byron Nelson. And, again, being the ambassador is my job to get out in the community. And today is Momentous, and we were out here at Momentous Institute, and they do a great job with dealing with emotional health issues within children. And I think, you know, for me to be involved today is to sit here and talk to the fifth graders and throw out some cliches and have a good time, talk to them about leadership. But I was overwhelmed and inspired by what I was seeing walking through the hallway today and watching the classes and watching how the staff here at Momentous just gives back. They pour into these kids. They give those kids and equip these kids with tools to move on into their later years. So I was absolutely inspired by it.
It's a win-win all the way around. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the Dallas Cowboys coming up this year. They just went through the draft. Yep. Not a real sexy draft, but, you know, they got some players adding to some depth. What's your take on that?
It's about depth. You just said it. You know, it wasn't sexy. It wasn't something where they had a splash player that they went out and got. But they filled some issues that they've had. They got depth in some critical areas that they've had to deal with. They get a big-time defensive lineman from UCF that can provide some depth for them. But I think it's the overall scheme of what they have right now. Personnel-wise, this team matches up with anyone throughout the NFL. So when you have this type of personnel, sometimes you have to fill voids with depth. And I think they did a good job. They didn't reach. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They stayed in place and drafted the guys they needed.
Yeah, you excited about them this year?
I think everyone's excited about their team right now. Everyone's forever if you talk to the Cincinnati Bengals right now, they're optimistic at this time of year. I do feel like they're a team that went to the second round last year in the playoffs. No one scares them in the league right now. They feel like they can match up with anyone. And Dak is in his, third, fourth year in the league right now. I think they're a team that's on the cusp of being greatness.
This guy looks like he can still play. He's still in good shape. Thanks for being with us. Again, Byron Nelson, get underway this week, does great charity work for the community. Karen, back to you.
All right, Russ, thank you very much.